One of the greatest things in Dragon Ball Z has and always will be Gohan, and as of late, Gohan has not been living up to the standards that were set by him when he was a child. In the Resurrection F arc of Dragon Ball Super, Gohan gets obliterated by Frieza. Frieza literally puts a countless amount of holes into him, and Gohan cannot do anything. As a result of this, Piccolo ends up dying trying to protect Gohan, just like he did in the Saiyan saga. We later find out that Gohan requests Piccolo to train him again, just like he did in the Saiyan saga. So having the knowledge that Gohan wants to train again is pretty surprising. However, it begs the question, what is Gohan's future power going to be? Surely the first son of Goku has something more in store for him than being the average family man. We all know Gohan. He is the half-human, half-Saiyan first son of Goku and Chi-Chi. Considering he is the son of Goku, who is a natural-born fighter, you would think that Gohan would share similar traits. However, this is not the case, as Gohan will only fight for the greater good and not for his own pleasure. When Gohan was a child, his power was determined by his rage. Depending on how he felt, a small portion of his true power would be realized. This led to the belief that Gohan was a prodigy and was going to surpass even that of his father. At the age of 4, he was first trained by the Namekian Piccolo, introducing him into a world outside of his own. Move ahead to the Frieza saga and we have our first example of Gohan's true inner potential. After Krillin was impaled, we saw Gohan destroy second form Frieza. However, this was only a raw burst of power. Gohan's true awakening came in the form of his Super Saiyan 2 transformation against Cell. It was at this point he was the strongest he had ever been and will ever be for the next 7 years. By the time the Buu saga comes around, Gohan still has the ability to transcend his Super Saiyan form, but is nowhere near as strong as he was when he fought Cell. This is simply due to a lack of intense training. Gohan heavily slowed down on his training over those 7 years of peace, and as a result of that, he got significantly weaker. Skip ahead to Resurrection F and we see Gohan weaker than ever before. However, his weakness is justified. He is a father, and as such, he spends a majority of his time with his family, which ironically is the exact opposite of what Goku did. Now, one thing I purposely didn't mention until now was Gohan's ultimate form. Back in the day, before we knew about Beerus or Monaka, it was believed that Gohan's ultimate form was the most powerful non-fused being in the universe. And while that may not be true anymore, there's no denying that Gohan's ultimate form can get the job done most of the time. So I'm thinking of two possible things that could happen to Gohan to reignite his relevance to the series. The first one is something that a lot of people have been wondering, and that is Super Saiyan God. Is it possible for Gohan to become a Super Saiyan God? In my opinion, I think it is. In fact, they could do something really cool where they could have, since Gohan is half human, half Saiyan, he could become some hybrid of a Super Saiyan God mixed with a human God. They could do something really unique like that, because we don't know if Saiyans are the only ones that can become gods. But either way, moving on to what I think Gohan's future power will be, going off the end of the Dragon Ball manga, I do believe it is safe to say Gohan will reattain his ultimate form. Think about it, Gohan was at his prime midway through the Buu arc thanks to the Elder Kai. He had all the power in the world, but he eventually let it slip because he didn't train. And now that he has a legitimate interest in getting his power back, I think it's clear that we are going to see Gohan's ultimate form once again. Even though he won't be anywhere near as powerful as Goku, Vegeta or Beerus, his ultimate form would be able to stand up to almost anybody in the universe. So in my mind, I can't see anything else than Gohan reattaining his ultimate form, because again, it would not make any sense if he found a form above that, because his ultimate form is supposed to be his true power. So that's basically what I think is going to happen to Gohan, because we all know something has to happen with this guy. He wants to start training, and you know, if you want to start training in Dragon Ball, you're going to get somewhere. So let me know what you think is going to happen to Gohan down below, and as always, I will see you in the next Dragon Ball Z video.